United States Green Building Council defines green buildings as ones that have significantly reduced or eliminated negative impacts on the environment and the occupants. It's fairly easy to understand and measure the environmental impact in terms of energy usage and sustainability of materials. But what about the inhabitants of green buildings? Does working in a green space increase productivity? Are employees in green spaces happier? Healthier? Will the design and construction of a green interior office space impact the company's bottom line? Since it is estimated that people in the United States spend about 90% of their time indoors, these issues are worth delving into. The Center for the Built Environment at the University of California at Berkeley has developed methods to measure the performance of occupied buildings in terms of comfort and productivity. The most tangible and measurable aspect of occupant satisfaction is indoor environmental quality. There are 4 main factors that fall under the indoor environmental quality umbrella: thermal comfort, air quality, lighting, and acoustics. Acoustics will not be discussed as their design is not inherently green. Thermal comfort is hard to define, yet we know when we feel it, or more specifically, when we don't. We are familiar with the thermostat wars in our offices that create conflict and waste time. The Center for the Built Environment states that there is an optimum range of thermal and personal factors at which 80% of occupants express satisfaction. This indicates that it is not necessary for an individual to control his or her own workstation thermal environment. Rather, there are general numbers linked to norms where most employees will be comfortable. One green solution that will provide thermal satisfaction in an office is to use a raised floor system. Raised floor systems offer the primary benefit of thermal comfort while also allowing for a downsized mechanical system, less ductwork, and lower churn costs through flexibility. As important to the office environment as thermal comfort, and perhaps more important in terms of employee health, is indoor air quality. The Environmental Protection Agency estimates that the concentration of pollutants, such as volatile organic compounds or VOCs, inside a building can be as much as 100 times higher than outside levels. This is the air that we breathe approximately 90% of the time. Among the worst of the volatile organic compounds is formaldehyde, a colorless, odorless gas that is emitted from many materials used in an office space, such as plywood, particle board, textiles, and building insulation, to name a few. Formaldehyde off-gases for some 5 or more years and can cause irritation to the eyes, skin, and upper respiratory tract. PVC, polyvinyl chloride, introduces another dangerous category of chemicals to our indoor built environments. PVC contains phthalates, used to soften vinyl and give it its flexibility. Phthalates are known endocrine disruptors that are especially hazardous to children and fetuses. PVC also contains dioxin, one of the most environmentally harmful substances known, and vinyl chloride, a deadly gas, is a byproduct of the production process. With chemicals like these leaching into our workspaces, it's no wonder indoor air quality is so poor. In fact, sick building syndrome, according to the EPA, is largely caused by chemical contaminants from indoor sources and inadequate ventilation to effectively distribute air to people in a building. The EPA has ranked indoor air pollution as one of the top 5 environmental threats to public health and one of the largest remaining health risks in the United States. W.J. Fisk of the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory indicates that 16 million people, that is, 23% of office workers, suffer from sick building syndrome on a regular basis. The annual economic costs of common respiratory illness, reported in 1996, are 180 million lost workdays and 120 million additional days of restricted activity. Approximately 36 billion in healthcare costs, not to mention a lack of productivity at the office. A third aspect of indoor environmental quality that affects the workplace is lighting. Like thermal comfort, lighting is most often noticed when the plan is inadequate. Today's green buildings allow for a recommended illumination level of 30-foot candles compared to the old fluorescent lighting of the 70s that provided closer to 100-foot candles. Government statistics indicate that lighting accounts for 23% of a typical office building's energy use. That number can be lowered by allowing for flexibility in task lighting, which the individual controls, and designing with daylight in mind. According to Jerry Udelson in Green Building A to Z, daylight's benefits are immediate and apparent. People see better and feel better when there is natural light for reading and working. Daylighting uses one of our largest natural resources, the sun, and employs design with clerestory windows, atriums, and skylights. It combines with electric lighting to keep lighting levels constant. A good view with north-facing windows uses less energy and can have a positive impact on workers by providing a connection to nature. Less tangible than indoor environmental quality, but equally important to worker satisfaction and production, is the knowledge of workers that their company is concerned with their health and well-being. Building green demonstrates a concern for employees' health and well-being, which in turn generates a positive response to the workplace among staff. The United States Green Building Council states that green buildings have a 27% higher occupancy satisfaction rate than their non-green counterparts. Nina Taggart studied employee health and productivity in 2009 and concluded that when workers are connected with the company mentally and emotionally, they are twice as likely to be top performers and miss 20% fewer days of work. Norm Miller, a University of San Diego PhD, found in his research on 500 LEED-certified buildings that healthier buildings reduce sick time, making it easier to recruit and retain employees. Employee retention and absentee rates are at the heart of a productive workforce. Connecting our office spaces to the natural world through green building and design creates a more productive workforce. Green design is good for business.